Leave him alone. You're next.
Please. I don't know any girl.
Oh! Knives where they don't belong, suspicious medical treatments, and it's lights out for this guy. In honor of the new season coming out, today we're breaking down and reacting to some of the post-apocalyptic medical scenes and harsh injuries from The Last of Us. Let's dive right in. Whoa! What the? Oh. Oh, interesting. Using a choke hold and then being able to snap somebody's neck to cause a disarticulation of the vertebral bodies of the cervical spine to cause an injury to the spine. Not sure it happens that easily. Oh, dang. Stab wound to the right lower abdomen, actually like mid-abdomen. You have your ascending colon, you have your small intestine, the potential bottom piece of your liver, which could bleed a lot. If it goes deep enough, you might be able to hit your ureter or the inferior vena cava that's coming back up into the liver. Oh my gosh, what do I always say? Don't pull it out. Now, in this scenario, probably doesn't have a hospital to go to have surgeons help him, so probably needs to take it out. Now, this is a splintered piece of wood, it looks like. Really hard to pick that up on an x-ray. So looking bad, sweaty, not feeling so good, tired, all signs that there could be either a significant amount of blood loss or an infection starting to set in. Good.
Joe, where the do I put this?
They don't have gloves. The sterility is kind of shady, but you gotta do what you gotta do in these scenarios. Putting the, I'm assuming, antibiotic into the wound. You actually do want to get it in an IV. Can you give it intramuscular? Yes, but if you can get it intravenously, it just gets in your system better. Oh! Stab wound to the right side of the neck, coming from a posterior angle, going probably more forward. You're hitting probably one of the major vessels there. So underneath the sternocleidomastoid, your scalene muscles of the neck, you have your carotid artery and jugular vein. What? You could have the knife go through the blood vessel, hit either into the airway or to the esophagus. Airway or esophagus is going to cause spitting, gurgling kind of sound. Hard to know if it's coming from the airway or the esophagus because you could be bleeding from either spot. Wow. Pretty good depiction of injury. If the knife is staying in there, it's not being rotated, which would cause the holes in that area to get bigger. Then you think, okay, is this an airway issue where you're getting blood going into the airway? Or is the cut so bad that it's severed the major blood vessels and we're just bleeding out? We see blood coming out of the mouth. I've said in the past, a lot of movies and shows depict that blood comes out of the mouth after being stabbed in the abdomen. Pretty hard to do that. But when there's issues related to trauma to the neck, it's a lot more realistic. Oh. Oh, people get knocked out all the time. Typically, if they get hit in the face, they're gonna have a laceration because the amount of blunt force causes the tissue to compress and then pop open. So you'll bleed a lot. The blood vessels in the face are numerous.
Leave him alone. You're next.
Please. I don't know any girl.
Oh! Stab wound to the leg, right at the distal end of the femur. The way it went in so easily, I don't think it went into the bone. Usually it stops. Because we have to take metal objects out of people's bones and it's in there really tight and hard to get out.
You focus right here, or I'll pop your kneecap off.
She's alive.
Where?
It could be so distal that it missed the femur and it's on the backside of the patella, which is your kneecap. Oh, stab wound into the mid-abdomen. It's going to cause pain, bleeding, and maybe some fecal matter to seep out everywhere. Or if you hit your stomach, maybe some of the gastric contents come out. But again, that's going to be long, painful, really awful demise.
Why the did you do that? He told you what you wanted. You mother you. I ain't telling you. It's okay. No. I believe him. No.
Wow. Taking a pipe to somebody's head, skull fracture, traumatic brain injury, bleeding. Not sustainable with that. Oh, human bites are a real thing. We have to cover the individual that got bit with different type of antibiotics because the human mouth is so dirty and it becomes a puncture wound. The bacteria gets embedded into the tissue and it's really hard to clean, to wash out.
Please don't do it. Please don't.
You had your chance.
No, I'm infected.
Oh.
And now so are you.
I know The Last of Us is all about questionable cordyceps doing some seriously terrifying things. But in real life, cordyceps are actually incredible for energy and endurance. That's why I included them in Level Up, my energy and focus supplement. Check out Level Up at lifehabits.com or on Amazon.
Now she would have turned by now. This isn't real. That looks pretty real to me.
Oh man, woo! Taking a meat cleaver to the left upper chest, break through the clavicle, stuck into the ribs. Maybe it hit the lung, maybe not. You'd probably be okay. Oh, nope, not gonna be okay. It didn't just go through the clavicle, it went through the side of his neck. Oh, that is the exact area where I would put a central line in if somebody needed a big IV in their neck so we can give special medications that require a major blood vessel versus a small peripheral vessel.
That's a 3 out of 10.
7
I'll
minutes.
give it a 5. 5 out of 10.
Oh no, bomb. Was that a flashbang? I don't know what that is. Yep, ringing in the ears. Ringing in the ears is something called tinnitus. Can be permanent because it's dealing with your ears. It has to do with proprioception as well, so you can be dizzy. You may not know exactly where you are in space and be disoriented. You may not be able to hear what's going on as well. Awful. There's no treatment for tinnitus, so cross your fingers that it goes away. There's cognitive therapy, behavioral type therapy that you can ignore it or learn to deal with it, but no, there's no specific treatment for tinnitus.
Ellie!
Everybody's trying to get Ellie. Oh, piece of metal to the back of the head, whatever it is, rifle, handgun. Back of the head can cause a concussion, just like getting hit in the front of the head. The brain goes back and forth. A coup, counter coup movement can cause bruising, could be bleeding in the brain due to ripping of the bridging veins, causing a subdural hematoma.
Move!
Oh my God.
Cover her arm. Turn around.
Ah, so really interesting. They took out the IV and you see it leaking blood. That happens so often in the emergency department. We have people who get all pissed off. They don't wait for staff to come to remove the IV and they just pull it out themselves and then they just start bleeding out everywhere. She's still sleeping because she was probably sedated with a gas. When you do anesthesia, most of the time we'll induce somebody with injectable medications. And then you will be given gas, which then you just breathe in. Pretty intense, and there's a lot of drama, a lot of stuff going on. Hopefully you guys learned something about traumatic injuries and different types of infections and what happens when you get penetrating trauma. So if you guys enjoy this, definitely check out this playlist right here. Binge watch everything. And of course, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications, and hit that like button for me. Thank you so much for watching, and stay healthy, my friends.